Okay, everybody. Here is my here's my shadow experiment. I've got my light set up, as you can see here. I've got the object that I'm gonna use to project a shadow, and I've got my screen at the back. I've got a tape measure here, and that tape measure tells me that my source of light is 80 centimeters away from my screen. That's the screen. Okay, so knowing that, I'm gonna mark down on the screen the edges of this first projection, and then I'm gonna move my musical sign a bit forward to see what happens. So you don't have to trace the whole thing. So I'm going to use a red texter, and I'm going to go and, I just want to make sure that's the tip. I'm going to mark that edge, and I'm going to mark that bit there. Okay, so once I've done that, I'm going to write down, okay, so my source of light, actually my musical was 47 centimeters from the light, okay, and I'm going to do the measurements later. So now I'm going to move it just 3 centimeters. So from 47, I'm going to move it to 44. Okay, has a lot changed about my shadow? Well, it has, because you can see here, I'm going to do a new marking. So I'm going to do a blue one now. So that's the edge. Not a lot has changed on this side, by the looks of things. Why do things stop working when you need them most? Anyway, I'm going to do the marking this way. Okay, so work there. As you can see, not much has changed at the base. The base is still almost in the same spot. Let me just try to mark it here. Almost in the same spot. And then I'm going to move my shadow object another 3 centimeters. So I'm going to go to 41 and see if anything has changed. Yes, definitely has changed. And again, I'm going to do a red marking. And you can see the bottom is pretty similar. The top has changed the most, and the sides both have varied, but not that much. So I wonder what will happen if I move 5 centimeters now. So if I go to 35. Well, I'm not going to mark anything. As you can see, the top of my shadow, I'll just mark the top, okay? So the top of my shadow changes drastically. That's where I lose most of the actual height of the object, okay? And we can make all those measurements there. So I had 47, then I had 44, 41, and 35. Right, so I've taken some measurements. Now all I need to do is actually put those measurements together and see if there is any correlation. In one of your challenges, you need to find out how far you need to have your object from the source of light to actually double the size of that shadow there. Anyway, I hope this provides you with some inspiration to run your own experiments and do your own observation. I'll catch up with you shortly.